Hey guys, it's Liv here, and in today's video, we're going to be using Bombirdier. I'm going to be honest, this is a why not sort of thing. I hopped on the Series 2 ladder for a bit, and I figured, let's use some Bird. So we're going to use some Bird. If you enjoy it, leave a like below and subscribe and answer the comment question of the day. What's your favorite unviable mon to use in just competitive? I don't know what mine would be. It would probably be, I mean, Valuable would probably be mine, but honestly, that's become like an actual like serious pick now after winning a couple, well, top cutting a couple regionals. So I might need to find a better one. It might be Florges. Florges will be coming soon as well. But with that said, let's get started. We're taking on Spam, Great Tusk, Roaring Moon, Masquerada bundle today for our first match. I'm not gonna be doing a team builder, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. I don't even have the spreads for this team, actually, funny enough. But as far as my team goes, I kind of want to lead off with Hat Hands. I feel like that Hat Hands could be a decent lead. They don't have a lot that would really pressure that. Besides the Spam, of course, but I could take advantage of their Spam with this. I'm going to bring the Bombirdier in the back. I think that could be pretty decent. And then I'm not sure if I want to bring Fluttermane or Torkoal as last mon. I'm not huge on Torkoal's matchup, but Trickroom is Trickroom. I think I'm just gonna go with Fluttermane in the back, and we'll call it there. This could be a decent way, at the very least in the late game, to try and beat Pokemon like Roaring Moon and Masquerada especially. I'm also not gonna lie, this is the first game that I'm using oh, never mind, I have the spreads right here. I was gonna say, I saw the rental code on my screen, and I didn't see, I didn't look for a second to see the moves, so I thought I was kind of screwed. Yeah, no, this should be fine. This should be honestly perfectly fine. Okay, so they're gonna lead off with Roaring Moon Masquerada. Okay, that's fine. Boost your energy, what? It's gonna be attack, okay. So let's see. So Photosynthesis, attack. Alright. So, looking at their lead, I feel pretty safe, honestly, just going for a fake out into Masquerada and then going for a Trick Room here. I don't really need to burn a Terra just yet. Truthfully, that Roaring Moon is also going to probably be a Terra flying anyway, and I can take advantage of it on the following turn. But this way, I can break Masquerada's very obvious Focus Sash, to be honest, as well as potential to just Flower Trick and do a lot of damage. Whereas Roaring Moon isn't really going to do that anyway to me. So I'm pretty fine with this. From here, I can just go for a Dazzling Gleam. I'm not really too scared of Masquerada, actually. And even with the Sucker Punch, it could be fine. I'll go for Terra Fairy just in case, though, because I don't really need it on any other Pokemon. So I'll go for the Terra Fairy, and then I think I'm going to go for the Sword Stance here. I don't anticipate Roaring Moon to actually target me this turn, so I'm pretty okay with just making this play. I should also be able to just deal a ton of damage on the following turn to whatever comes in with my Iron Hands, because I think that they are going to prioritize Hatterene as a threat here, as the team is extremely fairy weak. When I bring in the Bombirdier, though, I can activate my Room Service, underpace pretty much everything viable on their team, and just start spamming Acrobatics and Rock Slide, which will also be very great. My opponent's going to just honestly lose to Hat, it looks like, though, which is also fine. I thought they'd probably Terra around Hat this turn, and that's why they didn't Terra last turn. But maybe they have something else up their sleeve. For what it's worth, we are still only in Great Ball 9. I haven't touched the ladder since the reset, so quite literally, this is like the first game I'm hopping on this account. I'm higher account on my members video. Well, I'm higher ladder on my members video account, funny enough, which should just go to show how little I've touched this ladder besides that members vid. Which, speaking of that, will be going up tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm finishing the editing tonight. Thank you guys for your patience, channel members. I'm so sorry. We're going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here. I'm anticipating Sash Tusk, but it's fine. I don't really have a reason to not click. Actually, no. Wide Guard's my reason to not click it. Yeah. All right. We're going to click Psychic here into Tusk. It's definitely still Sash either way, but I'm fine. And then I think I'm going to go for the Close Combat into Tusk as well. They don't have Psy Spam, so Armor Rouge is actually not a threat to me at all. It can't really do anything, so I may as well just try and take out the Tusk, which is probably... Okay, so Tusk or Masquerada could be a Focus Sash mon. We didn't actually reveal any information about their... Okay, so neither actually were Focus Sash. Either, well, let me rephrase. Neither's Focus Sash mattered, I should more so say. But I'm fine with this either way. Essentially, this Armor should be taken out pretty freely by my Iron Hands or Hatterene. Expanding Force will go off, that's fine. It does nothing to the Iron Hands. Never mind, I forgot we're -1. This will do everything to Iron Hands. But you know what? That's okay, because I can give Bombirdier the kill at least, and I can already start off strong. Because now I don't need to justify why I put this mon in the thumbnail. I can just click Protect on Hatterene, or no, I'll click Trick Room on Hatterene, just because I think it's funny. And then I'm going to go for the knockoff here. because I can always pick this off with Sucker Punch actually in the following turn. And truthfully, so I did partially say it was funny for sure, and it is kind of funny, but there's also merit in doing this because when I bring in Flutterman on the following turn, I can guarantee outpace. This Armourouge will not KO my Bombirdier. I'm very confident in that because I said so, obviously. And I can Sucker Punch anyway if I want to really fish for the KO. So I'm pretty fine actually clicking Trick Room here. Part of it is to content fish, don't get me wrong, but there is actual merit in doing this as well. So I think that I'm just going to go with the Trick Room play. I think it's actually kind of viable here. If they Heat Wave, I'm fine with that. I think there's a good chance they do. I don't know if Hat dies. Bombirdier probably won't though. Hat might, but it's so high Spit F anyway that I think even with the half health that we'll be okay. Knockoff's going to go off. Does not KO Armourouge. It's fine. We knocked off Twisted Spoon, though, which is good. Expanding Force goes off. They do not know their type matchup, which is fine. They've probably never played this mon, to be honest, which is understandable. But I can just go for Sucker Punch and KO this, and I'm pretty set to just claim my win here. They might also have just left their console alone, to be honest. I wouldn't blame them after this. Losing to the Bird, I mean, this mon isn't good. This mon is still not good. We could go 3-0 with the Bird today, and I will still stand by the fact this is a bottom tier Pokemon. Though I will say if we go exactly 3-0 today, at some point next week when we get like pretty decent in the Master Ball, I will actually bring this team back just to show that it is not a 3-0 team, because I think that would be really funny. But yeah, so 2 more wins and we'll bring the Bird again next week. So let's hope for the wins, because I think it would be kind of funny. It would be funny. This team is kind of good though. I will admit this team has some nice merit to it. The shout outs to the person who made it. Of course, I'll link their stuff down below. We have 2 more games though for today. We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Okay, so game number 2, we're taking on more Spam. Indeedee, Armourouge, Brute Bonnet, Scizor, King Gambit, and Flutter Mane. I wish I got games like this when I was trying to do my Mono Fairy run, where these teams that, at least they're not terrible, but like this team would have been perfect to smash with that. As far as my matchup goes, again, I feel like the Trick Room is just pretty good here, but I don't know if I need to lead off with Hat. What I think I could probably actually do, okay, so I think I am actually going to lead off with Hat. It has a pretty decent offensive matchup, and I can use this in tandem with Hands and go for like a Terra Steel set if they go King Gambit lead, and that should be pretty strong. I think this is a team where I'm definitely bringing Torkoal and Bombirdier in the back. Bombirdier actually does a lot here. Really, the only exception would be King Gambit, but if that thing terrestrializes, it's most likely going to be into something like a Flying, which I could maybe actually bait into that with Hands. And if they do Terra Flying, then Bombirdier could actually put a lot of pressure on them. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I just realized as well, I don't actually need to Terra against this team unless they lead off a Spam. But even still, I don't know if I need to do that inherently. I could be fine. DD Armourouge. Okay, so they are going to lead off with their Spam. That's fine. Okay, so I could lead off with, I could go for Terra on Iron Hands. I could go for Terra on Bombirdier. Not really sure which I'd rather do. I don't think I need it on Torkoal or Hat, though. I think what I'm going to proceed to do is click Dazzling Gleam here, and then I'm going to click the Terra Steel, and I'm going to go for the Wild Charge into the Armourouge. If Indeedee goes for something such as a Follow Me here, that's fine. I'll do a ton of damage to Indeedee with Wild Charge. So I'm not really too concerned. And by going for Terra Steel, I could shoot this Expanding Force. So in case if Indeedee does go for Trick Room here, I can most likely just nuke it completely, which will be beneficial long term. So we are going to burn the Terrestrial here. I don't believe that they burn theirs, unless if this is a faster Iron Hands, which would be kind of cool, actually. But I don't think that's the case. I would be shocked if it is, actually. So we're going to pop Terra Steel here. Meanwhile, my opponent's going to go for Helping Hand. Okay, that's fine. Helping Hand should still not KO, actually. I'm pretty sure this is still going to be like a 2-hit KO. Yeah, not even a 2-hit KO, actually. But after Wild Charge, it will be, for what it's worth. Okay, so we do some good damage with that, actually. I'm content with that. Dazzling Gleam should still do okay. Yep, that's fine. We'll go for Trick Room here, just in case if they try and go for a single target move. I think there's maybe a chance they do. And then I think I'm gonna go for Sword Stance actually, just because I think there's a sliver of a chance I might take an Expanding Force this turn. So, assuming that Indeedee goes for Helping Hand again. If it doesn't, then I definitely take that hit. But it's essentially coming down to if I get the Trick Room off or not. I guess if both Pokemon die or not as well, that's another thing. Follow Me. Okay, perfect. So I'm really glad I clicked the Sword Stance there. If they didn't click the Armor Cannon, perfect. Okay, so we'll actually take this hit perfectly well with Iron Hands. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm okay with this. We can bring in Bombirdier, actually. Bombirdier, I'm gonna hope we'll take this hit. I'm gonna hope that Bombirdier outpaces. I'm gonna really hope. Okay, so we're bringing in the bird. The bird. We're not gonna pop room service. That's fine though. Acrobatics won't really be needed unless they bring in Bonnet. Because I could just benefit a ton from clicking knockoff actually, or Rock Slide. Rock Slide would also be good here, and then I could just wild charge the Indeedee, or close combat the Indeedee. That'll probably do a little bit more, and I'll keep my hands alive. So I'm gonna go for Rock Slide here. I'm going to assume this is EV to specifically take on the Armors both with and without Trick Room up. If I had to guess. Rock Slide's obviously gonna get walled by Protect, that's fine. We'll at least KO Indeedee though, which is still huge. That's their redirection and their terrain potentially gone. So Indeedee was clicking Trick Room that turn, that's fine. Okay, so Indeedee is cleared. Beautiful. We'll have Bombirdier on the following turn to obviously just take this out. Armrouge has revealed Protect and Expanding Force. Good to note. I'm gonna assume that Bombirdier might come in, if not like I don't think it's one of the priority pieces. I feel like it'd be terrible here. Fluttermane could also actually come in, and that would be kind of dangerous. I wouldn't really have a lot to actually do around Fluttermane, which would be kind of scary. Brute Bonnet, okay. Thank God they brought Bonnet. I can't lie. That helps me a lot. That really does help me a lot. We're gonna go for Rock Slide here, and then I'm gonna go for Close Combat here into the Bonnet slot. This should take out both Pokemon if I had to guess. If Armrouge is Wide Guard, well played, but I could still probably massacre the Bonnet anyway with Close Combat at +2. If they go for Terrestrial, it's really the one way where they would take this hit, but I'm not sure what they'd really click. Maybe just Spore. I definitely don't think they'll go for like a Rage Powder plus Terra. I think they'd go for like a Spore plus Terra if anything. Bombirdier should still take out this Armrouge anyway. Brute Bonnet is going to be the Terramon, that's fine. It's going to be Terra Dark. Why click Terra Dark here? I'm really not sure why they made that play, to be honest. Maybe just to click it, because this should still get smashed anyway. Sucker Punch, they're walling down terrain. I forget that we're not in Master Ball yet. Armor Cannon's gonna go off. Okay, this will probably be for Bombirdier, if I had to guess. Bombirdier, yep. Okay, and we take that, actually. What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Maybe I don't hate this mon. Maybe I don't hate this mon. Maybe I just hate my opponents. I don't fucking know. Armor is just kind of fucking bad, though. We'll take that. We'll take that for sure. Close Combat's gonna go off. This should massacre Bonnet. Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe Bombirdier can have this dub. Ultra Ball farming, maybe that's Bombardier's niche. It's just a really good way to speedrun to Master Ball. Maybe I can give that to Bombirdier. Who fucking knows? That'd be really funny though if we just hit Master Ball because of Bombirdier. I might have to give it to Bombirdier. You know what? When I do my tier list next week, revising up my rankings for the end of this generation, not the end of this generation, the end of this format, I might have to rank Bombirdier higher with that in mind. I can't lie. They're gonna be Psychic Seed probably. Yep, Psychic Seed. Okay, that's fine. We'll go for the knockoff here into Scizor, and we'll go for Close Combat here into Scizor. I'm anticipating something like an Acrobatics this turn, which is fine. Yep, Acrobatics into hands. Okay. It's not super effective. It's actually very ineffective, to be honest, but we'll take that. Let's see, Acrobatics. Thankfully Torkoal can just come in and massacre this Scizor anyway. They've already burned their Terrestrial here, and we do a fair amount with knockoff actually. So I'll take that. We know that they're faster than us, so be it, because they can't actually put a lot of pressure on our team, thankfully. I'll go for Rocky Payload just because it should probably be my best attack to hit them now. And then I'll go for a Heat Wave here into Scizor. I could probably also just go for Eruption, but in case Acrobatics gets like a crit or something, or if they have like a Rock Tomb Scizor, I don't really want to be dealing a weak damage fire move when Heat Wave should still just pick this off always. Scizor's going to go for Protect. Okay, that's fine. If they're not going to be going for Bullet Punch on Bombirdier, then that works out well for me. Maybe they're Terrain Extender indeed. I haven't counted terrain turns, but maybe that's why they have. I don't know. They still shouldn't win this anyway, to be honest. They're Protect Acrobatics. They probably have Bullet Punch, so I guess that last move would probably have to be a Rock move. At least a damage Scizor. To have any chance at winning this, it would probably have to be a Rock move, and then they have to go for Protect in the following turn, and then go for like a Bullet Punch into Bombirdier. And even still, they would. This all implies that they KO, which they don't. They're Acrobatics. They're not KOing. Rock Slide's gonna go off. That does some good damage actually. It's probably about as much as Knockoff did. Maybe a little bit less, but it's about. And then yeah, Torkoal picks off the game. Beautiful. All right, so we're 2-0 for the day. This might be a 4-game video, to be honest. We're going pretty strong, and 4 games might also be the thing that puts us in Master Ball. So yeah, no, we're 2-0 though. So I guess if we get one more win, we have to use the bird next week, which I have mixed feelings about tanking my Master Ball ranking with Bombardier, but I think it'd be really funny anyway. So we're gonna do it if we win next game. We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Okay, moving on to our final game of the day. We're taking on No Paradox. Oh, no, man, I said No Paradox, but there's 2 right there. I said No Paradox because I saw Mouse and I saw Garchomp. I was like, oh, okay, No Paradox team. Mousehold, Garchomp, Amoonguss, Arcanine, Iron Hands, and Flutter Mane. Alright, so this is definitely a game where I feel like Hatterene is a strong win con. Between Hatterene as well as the Bombirdier, I think I could do a lot of damage to them, actually. I'm going to proceed to go with Hatterene on lead, and then I'm going to go with Iron Hands on lead. We'll go with Bombirdier on the back, and I think that final mon will probably be... I feel like it's got to be either Torkoal or maybe Arcanine has some merit here. The Arcanine is Terra Dark, so that might have some merit. I mean, that could at least force a 50-50 between the Flutter Mane going for Shadow Ball or Gleam, which is actually, that's pretty good, I can't lie. But even still, I don't think I really need it. It's going to end up losing pre and post Terra, I think, to a lot of different mons. On top of that as well, I don't really need the E-Speed priority. This is probably more so just to clear stuff like, I'd assume this is more so for like Terra, like an open sheet, where you'd be going for like Terra Grass mons, but I'm not sure what one specifically even. But yeah. So we'll have to see. Good luck and fun though, and Garchomp Mouse lead. Okay, Garchomp Mouse lead is fine. But yeah, so in terms of my lead, I think I'm gonna go for the Trick Room here. I don't really need to Terra, and then I can go for a Fake Out into the... I'm not sure I think I'm gonna Fake Out on the Mouse. Now, obviously there's merit to this thing going for a Terra Ghost here, but we don't know what Terra is anyway. If it was open sheet and that was Terra Ghost, I might have actually made that play and just Fake Out a Chomp. But with the issue of potential Population Bomb here, I didn't... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Oh, never mind. Hands. The mouse got the Fake Out. Thank God. Okay. So it's a really slow mouse. I saw the flinch and forgot that we didn't see the Fake Out flinch go off earlier, and I was really nervous. I can't lie. We're gonna go for Gleam though, and then I think I'm just gonna go for Close Combat. I'm gonna go for it into the Garchomp spot. Actually, no, I'm gonna go for the Sword Stance here. But with this turn, I should be actually pretty fine. Hatterene is really my best mon for winning this game, to be honest, because their only actual checks to Fairy would be Arcanine and Amoonguss, which both of those do take a lot of damage anyway from Hatterene. Amoonguss obviously is going to take a ton from Psychic, and Hatterene will... I mean, not Hatterene, Arcanine will still actually take a lot from Psychic, to be honest. But I still have stuff like Bombirdier and Trick Room to massacre that, so I'm not too concerned. We'll pick off the Garchomp this turn, on the next turn with Gleam, so I'm pretty okay with this. If they go for Earthquake, I'm also fine with that. Encore goes off. They can't actually cut into Hatterene, so I'm okay with that. Plus, they would have Encored me in the Gleam anyway. And then Rock Slide, yeah, okay, so this is fine. I'm curious if that's a Scarf Chomp, and that's why they hit first. We'll go for Sword Stance yet again, just to be ready for whatever mon comes in next. Because if that's like an Arcanine, for example, I could just OHKO it. Not to say that I can't just OHKO it anyway, but I don't really need to burn an attack this turn anyway. So we may as well just go for it. Okay, they're gonna go for Protect a Mouse, that's fine. So Garchomp will still be dead at least. And especially with the front guard up, I am kind of glad that I made this play because I can KO the Chomp, and then with the +4, there's no way that anything that comes in will actually take this hit. I can proceed to go for like a Psychic into Mouse, just to pick it off, or probably Gleam. Gleam is still definitely my best play actually. And even with the fact that that Amoonguss could come in here, Amoonguss would be the scariest thing, but I don't think I'm really concerned with that anyway. Amoonguss can't dent. Okay, so they're gonna go into Iron Hands. It's fine. I'm gonna click Gleam, and then I'm going to click Close Combat here. Essentially, it's gonna come down to how my opponent gets around. They're gonna go for Fake Out. Okay, that's fine. So Fake Out's okay. We're thankfully Covert Cloak, so it really doesn't matter actually at all. Covert Cloak, really fucking great item, and I figured that might happen, but even if it didn't happen, unless a mouse click follow me this turn, we could always just massacre the hands anyway, and I'm fine trading hands and leaving just the mouse plus whatever last mon is around. But now we got the best of both worlds, where they went for the Fake Out instead of going to the hands, or even just going for like a Protect this turn as well. But there's just one mon left. It's between Arcanine, Amoonguss, and Flutter Mane. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be Amoonguss or Flutter Mane. I don't think it's Arcanine. It's gonna be Flutter Mane. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll go for a Psychic here. And then I'm going to go for the Wild Charge here. And we're just going to pick this off. I don't really need to bring in the bird. Yep, okay, perfect. So we're only at 21 minutes, so I'm actually going to get one more game off. This should bring us to Master Ball if we win this one out. We are going to bring the bird next week, though, sadly, so a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, maybe the bird, who knows, maybe the bird will do well. I say unfortunate, but honestly, this will probably be a killer, so we'll have to see. Peace out, though. Okay, so for our final game to get into Master Ball today, we're going to be taking on Pincurchin, Iron Thorns, Iron Treads, Iron Valiant, Iron Moth, Iron Hands. Can you guess what kind of team they're running? I think it might be Size Spam. We're going to go with, honestly, I feel like just the hat is a really good lead here. My one issue would be the Pincurchin, though. But I think I'm still fine with this, actually. Yeah, we're gonna go with Hat and Hands. Hat and Hands is just such a good lead. We are, I don't know if I want to bring the bird, to be honest. I think I kind of want to bring the bird. It could be decent to Sucker Punch stuff like Moth, for example, or just Rock Slide Flinch a bunch of their team. Especially if that ends up being like the Terra Bug Loaded Dice Iron Tread set, no, Iron Thorn set. That could actually be pretty good. Torkoal is ultimately going to be my win con anyway, and I'm going to be honest, I don't really like the Flutter Mane matchup here because they have a lot of things that could potentially outpace, like Moth and also Valiant. And then also the Arcanine matchup, while it's not terrible, I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that they could potentially end up KOing my Hat and then just Rock Slide flinching down my Arcanine, or just going for Earthquake even before I could burn. And I don't really feel comfortable tearing either into Dark with Valiant and Hands being there. So my team is a little bit scary, actually, I can't lie with that in mind. But I think that they're going to lead off with Pincurchin and then probably Hands or Thorns. I can't really see any other lead actually happening here. I think it's definitely Pincurchin with Hands or Thorns. And then the final mon is going to probably be one of the other two, and then one of Moth or Valiant. I think Trent's benches, but yep, they're going to lead off with Valiant Hands. Okay, that's interesting. That's actually very interesting. I can proceed to just fake out into the Valiant spot, break a Focus Sash if it has it, and then go for Trick Room here. I don't really care if my opponent goes for fake out. They'd have to essentially go for Heavy Slam, which if they're going to go for Heavy Slam, I'm not too concerned with that. One, there's no guarantee they have it anyway, but even still, even if they click Heavy Slam, that's fine. They're not really, I don't think they're going to KO. Maybe they do. So I'm kind of curious. I don't even know if they are going to go for it. I don't know. I feel like Heavy Slam wouldn't actually be the worst play. I think that they're going to fake out my Hands, hope to win a speed tie, and then just try and go for like a Gleam or something into my team. Which I'm fine with that as well. They're going to go for Terra. Is it going to be Ghost? It's going to be Terra Ghost. Okay. It's also fine, honestly. Terra Ghost on Valiant. While it's not a great Terra for my turn 1, it's a really good one for the later portion of my game. The fact that they're wasting Terrestrial here. And plus, unless they're going to actually just offensively target Hatterene, I should be fine with this turn. Shadow Claw. Ooh, okay, Shadow Claw might be bad. That could actually be really bad. Oh, we take that. Hatterene's a fucking boss. Okay, so it says Shadow Claw. I'm curious if they have also Shadow Sneak on this set. I feel like if I was my opponent, I would definitely go with Shadow Sneak here. I think regardless, I just go for the Wild Charge here. And then I just go for a Dazzling Gleam here. I don't really care from this point about keeping Hatterene alive, despite the fact that it isn't terrible here. I think that my best play is just to try and take out the Valiant, because that could be a priority user with actual priority instead of just fake out. The Hands should be manageable with the rest of my mon, so I'm not too concerned here. And the fact that it's not Terra actually does help a lot with my team, because I can put some good pressure on it, since it's not going to be some random defensive Terra. Because I think the scariest thing would have been like some sort of, probably like a Terra Water set with the Salt Vest. That could have been the scariest thing from my matchup, especially in tandem with this Pincurchin, but I think I'm fine with this. Okay, so let's see. Quark. Drive. What's theirs going to be? Theirs is going to be attack. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty sure this means that my Hands is going to be slower than theirs is, which is good. And then we're going to Wild Charge. Let's see. Electric Surge. If they didn't target my Hatterene, then I'm actually set to just go for Gleam here. They're going to probably target, yep, Hatterene. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I think I just go for Torkoal and just go for Heat Wave. Because they could potentially just go for Discharge here, and that could be a little bit scary. Yeah, I think I just go for that. I'm gonna go for the Terra Grass though, just in case. Terra Grass actually has a great time here against my opponent. I'll go for Close Combat into Hands, because why not? And then I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave here. Actually, no, I am going to go for the Eruption. Because I'll definitely pick off the Pink Urchin, and then the Close Combat plus the Eruption should definitely pick off the hands, even if it's Assault Vest, and even if it is going to, even if I am going to be weakened by Discharge, I'm fine with both outcomes. Essentially, the only thing I need to not happen is a Discharge full para here. But I can live with a para in general, because that would help me underpace Pink Urchin. So, as long as it's not a full para, I actually benefit from getting paralyzed by Pink Urchin. So, we'll just need to see. I feel pretty set here, though. The Iron Hands should get massacred by mine, and that's truthfully the bigger offensive threat anyway. I just need to keep Torkoal alive is all. That's really where I benefit. And then Bombardier should be able to clean once the hands is gone, because it's a huge offensive threat to it. And with Room Service up, I could probably just go for knockoff spam into their team. They obviously have Valiant, which is a really fast Pokemon. But I'm curious about what Mon number 4 is. I would assume with the play they tried to make that last Mon is probably going to end up being... it's probably going to end up being Moth. I feel like Moth is a safe bet, if not Treads, because they tried to really deny my Trick Room there. Though I will say if it was... Maybe it is Thorns. I'm only thinking now that it might be Thorns because of the fact that Thorns would be the only way that they wouldn't want Trick Room up because of the fact that I would still have hands to threaten. Well, also the fact that they would want to make sure that they wouldn't lead with the other Pokemon. Eisenkrieger, that's Valiant. Okay, that's fine. And then Eisenred, that is probably the Treads. Yep, it's Treads. Okay. So I'm not sure why they didn't just lead off with this. I feel like that would have been a better lead against my Hat lead. But maybe, you know what? No, never mind. I know what. They were trying to stop Fake Out. So it's attack on Treads. I forgot to get the Valiant one, but it probably doesn't really matter. Now I will say, this is a little bit unfortunate for the turn, because I do actually need to solo target the, Valiant here with Wild Charge, and I need to go for the Earth Power here into Treads. And just in the off chance it has a Wide Guard, I would rather bring these both put down severely weak than let one of them stay very healthy. So I'm just going to solo target both. Bombardier can put a lot of pressure on both as well, and I don't die to... I think Torkoal definitely doesn't die this turn. Hands might die if it's like a Tantrum plus a Player F combo, or like a Spirit Break combo, or Close Combat combo. But I definitely don't lose Torkoal here to anything. Yep, that's going to take about half. That's really good. Sadly, no Wide Guard, but it is what it is. It's definitely Focus... Oh, it's not Focus Sash. Okay, well, that's also pretty okay, to be honest. What's the Treads going to go for? I feel like Treads is probably going to click Tantrum here, which I'm fine with Tantrum, truthfully. I might even just go hard into Bombardier just for the fuck of it. Because I do kind of want to pick this off. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the Sword Stance here. Just because. And then I'm going to go hard into Bombardier. Because I do really want to try and pick this off with the bird. It's been so good, and I'd love to go forward and I want a bird kill and get into Master Ball on a bird kill. I think it'd be funny. Because, well, bird has put in a lot of work, actually. It's definitely had its moments. I haven't really needed it either. But against all the comps, like, it has had a lot of time to really shine. We're going to go for another Sword Dance here. I'm going to try and essentially deem my opponent into... Well, I force my opponent into targeting my hands. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright. Well, I'm going to proceed to go for a Close Combat here into this, and then I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch just to avoid any flinch shenaniganry. So we're going to Sucker Punch this. Perfect. Okay. They're gonna go for Rapid Spin. Perfect. So this is in Sucker Punch range now, which is great. We've set up a game where we now have to win off with Bombardier, which is huge. They only really have the option of Protect spamming to get around me, which if they try and Protect spam to get around me, I'm fine with that because eventually they'll fail Protect and Torkoal will get the win. So I'm set here. We'll go for the Eruption because it's funniest, and then I'll go for Sucker Punch because it KOs. And that should be game. That should definitely be game. I can't see a world where my opponent actually can take the Sucker Punch. And the bird is going to really go 4-0 today. I was a hater. I was a doubter. But you know what? DB Van, you were right. This is a fun team to drop bird bombs on everyone. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you do, of course, like and subscribe. Make sure to use the team down below if you want to try it yourselves. It's honestly a very fun team, in my opinion. I've been changed. I am enlightened now. I am a bird supporter, a bird stan, if you will. But yeah, this team is fucking crazy. Truly insane. Shout out to channel members, of course, being Zeke0, Josh, Ultra Player, Mia, Matt O'Shea, Bbat, Anna Depur, and Timo Mueller. Your guys' support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and if you want to get some extra bonus content, I'm currently actually getting the final touches on the members video very, very shortly, so it should be ready for when you guys, of course, get channel members. It'll be up tomorrow at 7 p.m. EST. We're officially Master Ball ranked though with the bird at 8,857. So we'll be ready for tomorrow's video to actually be using something competent in Master Ball. And we'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys.